Okay, folks, today we're going to do an exercise to learn about three things. Construction lines, which we've probably used a little bit already, a revolve feature, and a fillet feature. So before I get into this assignment, I'm just going to show you really quickly how these tools work, and then we'll get into this assignment. I think it's a little easier to describe just in a free-form fashion. So first thing I'm going to do is create a new document, and I'm just going to call it practice revolve and fillet. I'll just call it revolve and fillet. You can call it what you want. It's best if you can put your name in these file names so that I can distinguish them. Makes my life a lot easier. Okay, so I've made a new part, and I'm just going to play around for a few minutes just to show you how this works. So a revolve is similar to an extrude. So in extrude, we create a two-dimensional sketch, right? We sketch on a plane, and let's say we make a rectangle. Okay. Then, if we want to make that three-dimensional, we can extrude it, and it becomes, let's see, becomes like a brick, right? The revolve is a little different. So with the revolve, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to sketch on a plane. Then we're going to use this revolve tool here. And what that's going to do is it's going to sweep our sketch around in a circle. So first it asks what sketch I want to revolve, and I'm going to select this one. Then it asks when I want to sketch around, when I want to spin the sketch around. So I'm going to choose this line, and you see it turns into a cylinder. You don't have to revolve it all the way around. Instead of full, you can say one direction, and you can revolve it any amount that you like. Usually we're revolving it all the way around, so I would just leave this on full. Okay, and that's a revolve. But you can do interesting things with that. So instead of just making a cylinder, let's say I want a hollow shape, a hollow cylinder. Let's see, I'm going to edit this sketch. And now I'm going to draw a construction line. So it's a line, and then I change it to construction type over here. So both of these options are selected, line and construction line. And I'm going to draw a line, a vertical line over here, some space away from my rectangle. So now, when I go to create a revolve, I'm going to select that same sketch to revolve. And then when it asks me for my revolve axis, instead of picking this line, I'm going to pick my construction line. And it makes a hollow cylinder. So you can make all kinds of neat shapes with the revolve, right? So let's say I'm going to edit this sketch. I'm going to delete my rectangle because it's boring. And I'm going to make a circle over here, offset from my construction line. Now, good practice, you typically want your the center of your revolve part to be centered around this origin. So this is the little circular little bullseye here in the middle. That's at the center of all these planes, and it just comes in handy later on when you're trying to do more interesting things with your shapes. So I have a circle, I have a construction line, and I'm going to revolve it. And it's asking me, it already selected the face. I'm going to choose this axis, and I made a donut. So I can leave that. I can then edit my sketch, and I can make whatever weird shape I want, as long as it's all on one side of this revolve axis. So I can go over here and choose the spline, and I can make a really weird shape. And as long as it's a closed sketch, right? It turns gray when it's a closed loop. As long as it's a closed sketch, it'll revolve around that axis. So it's got to be on one side of the axis, and it's got to be a closed sketch. Okay,